Hey guys, nice to see you. So, we're going to start today's lesson with the rhythm cards. All you need to do is clap the rhythm cards along, okay? And just remind yourselves of the crotchets, the quavers, the minims, the rests, and the dotted minim, and how we clap them, okay? I will speak to you later on.
Rhythm cards set 2. Minims, crotchets, quavers and rests. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 frogs, frog, frog. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 frogs, 2 frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frog, frog, 2 frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tadpole frog, 2 frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frog, tadpole, 2 frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 frogs, tadpole frog. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh, shh, tadpole frog. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frog, tadpole, shh, shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frog, shh, shh. Frog. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tadpole, shh, shh. Frog. Set 3 rhythm cards. Dotted minims, crotchets, quavers and rests. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 frogs, frog. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 frogs, tadpole. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tadpole, 3 frogs.
So you've had a little practice of the crotchets, the quavers, the minims, the rests, and the dotted minim. We're now going to put those together. You're going to read 4 bars of music without stopping. Now, if you're at home, you might want to use a pan and a wooden spoon, or a bowl, or a mug and a pen. And if anything else, you can just clap. At school, you might have the little hand drums, or you might have an instrument that you can use. And again, if not, we can just clap, okay? So what happens is you've got 30 seconds to learn the first line, and then we'll play it together. And then you get 30 seconds to learn the second line, and we play it together, and then the third line and the fourth line. So you get 30 seconds. In those 30 seconds, you want to play that line as many times as you can accurately. So don't just play it once and think, oh, I've done it. Play it lots and lots of times and keep thinking about your 2 frogs, frog, tadpole. Use that knowledge that you've got to be able to play it. Okay? Right. Here is your first line.
Line 1. 1, 2, 3, together. Line 2, together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 3 together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 4 together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shh. Shh. Shh.
Okay, folks, so it's that time in the lesson when we learn to read the treble clef. And remember, we've got to use those 2 rhymes to work out the place of each note. If you remember, the 2 rhymes are at the top here. Every good boy deserves football, and those are for the 5 lines. And faces in a space, and those are for the 4 spaces. So we'll do the first one together. So this one is a line. So we start and we count the lines. Every good boy. The space, so we put our finger in the space, F, A. And a line again, every good. And I get the word bag. So remember, on your board, I just want to see the letters here, nothing else. All right? So you've got 30 seconds, use the rhymes and work out the word. Off you go. So the first note here is in the top space, F, A, C, E. And then you'll notice these are the same notes. So once we've worked one out, the other one's going to be the same. So we're going to the lines, every good. So we've got a G and a G. So you should have written the word egg. Okay, here's your next one. Don't worry if you haven't finished your word. Let's see how many you did get. So, every good boy. Every. And then we go to faces in a space, F-A. And back to the lines, every good boy deserves. So hopefully you got the word bead. And your last one for today, off you go. So all of these are in the spaces. So we just need face for the whole word. F-A-C, F-A, F, F-A-C-E. And you should have got the word cafe. Hopefully you got them all right today. Right, I'll see you next time.
Okay, so let's start with the B, the thumb and first finger. I play, you play. Okay, remember to blow gently and use your tongue. Me first. Fantastic. Now let's play an A. So we need our 2 fingers on. Make sure you've got your hole at the back chord and those 2. It's got to sound nice. You're the one that's putting your fingers on, so you check. And make sure it's your left hand. Okay, me first. Brilliant. And now let's try the G. So we're going to put 3 fingers tightly down and our thumb. Use the pads of your finger. Look, you can see it's the pads. I'm not using the tip. It's the pad of the finger. Push them down. Me first. Using my tongue, blowing gently, it will sound low. Fantastic. Now this time you're going to have to watch Mr. Simon's fingers because I'm going to mix up the notes. All right. So you watch my fingers and see if you can copy. Okay. Fantastic. Now, remember, if yours is sounding a little bit squeaky, there's 2 things. 1, make sure your fingers are pushing into the holes tightly. If there's any air escaping, it will make a horrible squeak noise. And the other thing, make sure you're blowing gently into your mouthpiece and using your tongue. If you blow too hard, it sounds horrible and an awful squeak, and we don't want that. We want really nice playing, okay? Brilliant. I think it's time to play a piece of music. One, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Okay, folks, ready? And off we go. and off we go. Fantastic! Now we're going to put both of those notes together. We're going to play A and B march. So if we look at the screen, we've got all of these crotchets and then the semibreve at the end. Remember that very long note worth 4. So we've got to hold that one on. And then the same here, all these crotchets and a semibreve at the end. Okay. So it goes frog, 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 pond. Frog, 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 pond. Brilliant. And you can see we've got to change note. We start with the B's, and then when we get to the blue ones, look, we've got to put our second finger on. And then we take it off again, and we put it back on again. So it's really, really tricky. Let's have a go without the backing track. So I'm going to play with you, and I'll also point at the screen. So we start with our B. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stop. Now, did you finish with 2 fingers on? Did you play 1, 1, and then put 2 on for the blues? 2, 2. Let's try again. Remember, that's what you've got to do. Start with a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. I'm going to just show you a little video of me playing that. Okay, folks, so here's my 1. And then it says 2, so I put my second finger on for the blue. And then it says red again, so I've got to take it off. So the top one is red, and the second one is blue. Red, red, blue, blue. I'm going to play you that line now, just so you can see my fingers. You can see how they're dancing, yeah? Now the second line does the opposite. We don't start with a 1, we start with a 2. We start with a blue, so it goes blue, blue, red, red. Okay, so let's have a go at the second line together. Okay, so here we go. 2 fingers on, left hand at the top, remember? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic, brilliant. Let's try that with the backing track. So get yourselves ready, guys. Holding your recorder properly, left hand at the top, pinching with your thumb and first finger, and we're going to play A and B march. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done, guys. Let's go again after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Hopefully that went really well. But if you need to do it again, then just rewind on the video a little bit and you'll be able to play it a few times until you get there. It just takes a bit of practice, that's all, okay? So I'm going to move on to the next tune we're going to do. Okay, this one is a little bit slower. It's called B's and A's. And you can see we've got our crotchets and then we've got our minim, the 2 frogs. Frog, 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 2 frogs. So for this one, we've got to hold our note on da for 2 beats. Da, 2 counts. Da, da, da. So this one here, we've got to hold on for 2 counts. Da, da, da. Frog, frog, 2 frogs. Okay, so let's try it together. We're going to clap it. And I'm going to put the backing track on so we can clap along. 1, 2, 3, together. Frog, 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 2 frogs. Frog, 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 2 frogs. Frog, 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 pond. Brilliant. Let's try it one more time, clapping together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frog, 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 2 frogs. Frog, 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 2 frogs. Frog, 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 pond. Fantastic. So let's have a go with our recorder. You can see we start with a red, which is our thumb and first finger, and then we go to a blue. So let's try it together. Here we go. On 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. One more time, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Again, hopefully that's gone really well. If not, don't worry, just rewind on the video a little bit and you'll be able to play it a few times. Now we're going to move on to our next tune, which has got all 3 notes in. Hot cross buns. So we've got our B, our A, and then 3 fingers, look, our G. Okay? So I'm going to just show you on the video. We start with a B, then an A, then a G. And if you remember, Mr. Simons cleverly did that in the warm-up for us. So we've already done that today in our lesson, okay? And that's hot cross buns. 1, 2, 3. You've got to remember though, guys, to keep your fingers in the middle so you get the holes. Otherwise, it's going to make a horrible squeaky noise and we don't want that. Keep using your tongue and blowing gently, okay? Now it's time to try it on the recorder. So left hand at the top, girls and boys. Let's do it together. Push down tightly. Ready? Off we go. Ready to go again, guys? Off we go. Well done, guys. Now let's have a look today at part 2. You can see part 2 is very similar, but actually it's the opposite way round. In part 1 we start with a B, but part 2, look, we start with a G. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, we're going to go 3, 2, 1. You can see they've put it in reverse. So we need our 3 fingers on ready with our left hand. Push down tightly and don't forget your thumb. So we're going to play 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's try it together. Let's do it without the backing track. So, 3 fingers on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. You can see here, just make sure you keep your 1 on all the time. Let's try it one more time without the backing track. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can hear in my recorder playing here, I'm really using my tongue for those quavers. Tap, 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 tap. Really use the tongue. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to play this line here about 4 or 5 times. Off you go. Right then folks, so recorders at the ready, no playing, let's start the backing track. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get ready to go again. 3 fingers, push down tightly. Off we go. Fantastic. Now we're going to play it one more time. And this time it's your choice. If you want to play the top line, you can play that one. And if you want to play the bottom line, then you can play that one. It works together. If halfway through you want to change lines, you can change lines. It's entirely up to you. If you're at home, you can try both. If you're at school, perhaps your teacher might put half doing one, half doing the other. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. But for me, you can just choose. Right then guys, here we go for the last time. Hot cross buns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. If you want to have another go, just rewind on the video. But for now, I'm going to leave you and we'll do some composition. Bye. Okay, girls and boys, you're going to need a piece of paper or a whiteboard if you've got one at home that looks like this. All right. So at the top, we've got our menu. We've got our crotchet worth 1, our minim worth 2, our crotchet rest worth 1, and our 2 quavers tadpole worth 1. That's our menu. I've then put a number 4 here to remind us there are 4 beats in a bar and the bar line, okay? And then you can see Mr. Simons has drawn 2 lines, and if you remember, these lines are called the stave, okay? Now at the start of each stave, we have to draw that treble clef. Yes, the number 6, the hat on it, down and flick. So perhaps we might need to practice that. So if you turn over your page, or just any space you've got on your board, and I'll just show you how to do that. So we draw a number 6. We put a little hat on it at the top. And then we go all the way down through the number 6 and we do a flick. Okay, let's do that again. So we draw a number 6. We go to the top, we put a little hat on it. And then we go down straight through it and we do a little flick. That's it. So if you need to practice that, you can just pause the video and just do a couple more, bit of a practice. But if you think you've got it, you'll be able to move on, okay? So I'm going to rub those out. There we go. So the treble clef just goes at the start of each of the staves. We only draw one. So I draw my number 6 here, look. Put my hat on it and we go down and flick. Number 6 here. A little hat on it and down and flick. The treble clef is not a note. I don't start playing anything. It just tells us that all the notes we are going to write from this menu here, they're high notes, okay? And our little drums and our recorders and things like that are high, okay? So I'm going to start. I'm going to compose my piece of music, all right? So I'm going to start with the crotchet. So I draw my circle. And do you remember that stave has to be in the middle there? Colour it in. And I'm going to put a number 1 underneath. I'd like you guys to copy me today, just to start with. So if you could all draw your crotchet and put a number 1 underneath, okay? Okay, I'm now going to draw another crotchet. So again, look very carefully. You can see my line, the stave here is in the middle. Colour it in. Put my stick and a number 1. Okay, I'm now going to draw a minim. So I draw my note really carefully. I put my stick. Remember, don't colour it in because minims are white. And I put a number 2. Now we've got to do that maths. This is 1 and 1. That makes 2. And 2, add another 2, make 4. This bar is full. So I put my bar line. Remember, each bar here has to add up to that magic number of 4. So I don't need 4 notes. This one's only got 3 notes. Frog, frog, 2 frogs. But it lasts for 4 beats, okay? I'm now going to do my next bar that I'd like you to copy. I'm going to draw a minim and another minim. 2, add 2, make 4. That bar is full. It's only got 2 notes in it, but that doesn't matter. What matters is the numbers at the bottom. 2, add 2, make 4. That bar is full. Okay? And I'm going to draw one more bar on this top line now. And this time I'm going to use some quavers. So 2 wheels on the bus. And a 1 in the middle. Because remember, these are worth a half each. Tadpole. So together they make 1. Okay, so that's why the 1 goes in the middle. I'm going to draw another pair of quavers. And I'm going to draw a minim. So this bar's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes in it. Tadpole, tadpole, 2 frogs. 5 notes. But it adds up to 4. Okay. Now, let's try and clap it together. Okay. So after 4, 1, 2, 3, together. Frog, frog, 2 frogs. 2 frogs, 2 frogs. Tadpole, tadpole, 2 frogs. Brilliant. Let's clap it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Frog, frog, 2 frogs. 2 frogs, 2 frogs. Tadpole, tadpole, 2 frogs. Brilliant. But we can go one stage further, because at home now and at school we've got our recorders. So we can play this on our recorder. To do that, we're going to write either a B or an A above the notes. You've got to remember a B is a 1 finger on the recorder and an A is 2. So I might write that on here just to help you and remind you. So a B is a 1 finger and an A is a 2 finger. Okay? Right. So this is where you start. I've got this crotchet here and I want that to be a B. So I'm going to write a B and I'm just going to remind myself that a B is a 1 finger there. I want this one to be an A. That's 2 fingers. Now don't get confused, girls and boys. These numbers here are not the numbers you play on the recorder. These numbers are to tell us to make sure the bar adds up to 4. We are now looking at these ones here to tell us which notes we want. So this crotchet is a B and this one is an A. And I want this one to be a B again. So yes, it's worth 2 beats, but on the recorder, I want it to be a B, so we're going to play a 1 finger. So it's going to go 1, 2, 1 on the recorder. 1, 2, 1. I'm looking at this bar. I would like both of those to be A's, which are 2 fingers. And then I'd like these, all of these quavers to be B's, so they're all 1s. And then I'm going to finish with an A. Just remember, girls and boys, when you're doing quavers, there's tad and pole, 2 notes. So above you need 2 notes, B and B. Every circle needs a letter above it. Every circle, not the line, the circles. So quavers will have 2 notes above. B, 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 A. So on the recorder, we're going to play B, A, B, A, A, B, 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 A. Because we've worked out our rhythm already, haven't we? Frog, frog, 2 frogs, 2 frogs, 2 frogs, tadpole, tadpole, 2 frogs. Okay, so let's see if we can play Mr. Simon's composition on our recorders. So here's the recorder, here's the music. Here we go. B, A, B. So left hand at the top, this is probably your left side. Remember, this one's mine. Hold it properly. Now, I'm not going to hold it properly so I can point, okay, but you need 2 hands on. All right, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again. Keep thinking to yourself the rhythms. Frog, frog, 2 frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've played my own composition. And that's what I want you guys to do today. So you've got a second line. See if you can write 3 more bars of music. Make sure those bars add up to 4. And then like Mr. Simons did above, you're going to decide if you want a B or an A. And write those B's and A's above the notes. And then play it on your recorder. Okay? I would love it if you could take a picture and put it onto Teams. Even better, if you can, let's have a little video of you playing your own composition on your recorder. All right? Have a really, really good try. And don't worry if you don't get it today, because next week we'll do something very similar until everybody is feeling confident, all right? But have a really good try. If you're not sure, just rewind the video and see if Mum and Dad can help a little bit, all right? So take care, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.